just thinking about sleeping. I was like, wait a minute, I am still driving.
Anyways. Main episode, guys. Episode 43. Nuts. What do we have to talk about? We have stupid statistics. We have racing. We have soccer, and then radar points. So nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. Yeah, and we'll break down some stuff here for you. But before we get too far into the episode, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. We will have another video or two out this week. I know we're definitely going to be doing our F1 recap, so you can stay on the lookout for that. And I'm going to try to do a more in-depth breakdown for USMNT stuff. Just because if you haven't seen our thoughts, check out our live stream that we did from this past weekend. Just because I would like to give a little bit more of an in-depth tactical type of breakdown for you guys. But we'll have to see if I have the time to do that.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we'll start off with stupid statistics.
Right, guys. Stupid statistics. At least 9 Arsenal players have withdrawn from this international window with injuries. And then Liverpool's Salah is set to leave the club at the end of the season. This comes after playing for the club for the past 9 seasons, including winning the Premier League twice, Champions League, FA Cup,
Carabao.
Okay, cool. Club World Cup, Super Cup, Community Shield, and Premier League's Golden Boot 4 times.
Yeah. So we'll have to see where he goes next, if he stays in Europe or if he goes to, like, you know, the Saudi Pro League or even maybe MLS, but hopefully he doesn't do that.
We will see. And then we have Real Madrid supposedly misdiagnosed Mbappe's knee injury, and we're doing tests and stuff on his wrong knee. How do you mess that up?
Well, supposedly.
Okay. This has led to one of their ex-physios to come out and say that the staff has been using ChatGPT to help diagnose injuries and create nutritional and exercise therapy plans. What is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all went to school, right?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if this is the case because you look at the number of injuries that they've had and it's increased. And this comes after they have fired Xabi Alonso and his staff, and they brought on the old staff that had already led to numerous injuries to begin with. So, and the person that came out and was talking about this was a former member of staff that, like, got conspired against and got fired. So, yeah, crazy times over there.
I mean, it does track. It is Real Madrid, but okay. And then we have Ligue 1. It's a French soccer league. Approved this postponement of the PSG versus Lens game. The game was supposed to be played in between the 2 Champions League games PSG has against Liverpool.
Yeah. This is a huge advantage for PSG having this game rescheduled because it gives them an extra day or two of rest and recovery. But not only that, I'm ticked off about it because Lens is the second place team and they're within 1 point of PSG. So by rescheduling it, you're pretty much saying, oh yeah, PSG is gonna win, blah, 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 blah. and you're just kind of bowing down to them. And like, I get it. I get their club, and you know, they've just gone on and have pretty much walked this league for years now. But to do this, it's like you're making it so blatantly obvious. Why would you do that? The game's gone.
Yeah. And then we have the Miami Dolphins have over $175 million in dead cap money. The salary cap is about $308 million, which is over 56% of their salary cap.
Yeah.
You're doing all that, and y'all's team still sucks.
Yeah, well, you know, they did sign Malik. They then proceeded to trade Jalen Waddle, their top wide receiver. And they still have Devon Achane. So it's gonna be like Devon Achane and Malik Willis show in Miami, I guess. Which sucks. They need another wide receiver there. Or two. So.
Yeah. Then we have, before his media availability this week, Team Penske Will Powers ran out of gas on his way home.
Yes.
No
So
pit stop, guys.
people got video of him walking with a gas can to a gas station to fill up his car to get back home.
You're an F1, not an F1, IndyCar driver. No, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Well, speaking of IndyCar and NASCAR, now to racing.
Yes. We'll start with IndyCar, as we were just talking about it. So we had Barber, it's in Alabama. So just a couple things to talk about before the actual race. So we had Scotty Mack into the wall, quite literally, in free practice. Julie, you'll have to put a picture of that here. But it was really bad. He went through the wall. Like, you know, the F1 cars, they bounce off of the wall. Well, this one went through the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Scotty Mac. That did not look good. And apparently they were saying that before the race, that he was like, I'm so sore. I hope that never happens to me again.
It looked rough. Like, you had that, and then the whole situation in F1, and I was just like, ooh, these crashes are sweet.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not the only crash that happened, because then Will Power, after we're just talking about him, he also crashed into the wall during qualifying. This caused him to start P23, so that wasn't great. And you know what? I actually think it was the same corner as Scott's was, and yeah, it wasn't bad.
Scott getting flashbacks.
But it was different because Scott lost it earlier and Will lost it quite late. And Will went straight on, but Scott turned the entire way because he was way early on the turn, so he just... Yeah, it wasn't great. But another thing, we had Pato Awards starting from 12th. However, he finished P17, finishing outside of the top 5 for the first time this season. He just didn't look competitive at all today. And I feel bad for him because he was finally getting like into his groove, a little bit consistency, and then we go and we lose 5 spots, and it's not great. And he only finished 1 ahead of Nolan Siegel, his teammate. Not the best, and like his teammate finished on the podium, so it's like what happened to the car? Why are they different? Yes, they did split strategies, so maybe that played a bit of a factor, but
It might have.
he finished almost a minute behind the leader, so not great. Speaking of which, the leader and the winner, Alex Palou, again takes his second win on the season. Christian Lundgaard, Pado's teammate, in second, and Graham Rahal, shock podium, in third. David Malukas finished fourth, Kyle Kirkwood fifth, Marcus Armstrong sixth, Scott Dixon seventh, Santino Ferrucci eighth, Marcus Ericsson ninth, and Joseph Newgarden 10th. Not much to talk about through the race. I mean, Christian had a great drive starting outside towards the... No, he started ahead of Pato. So, Christian started 10th, and he finished second. So, that's a great drive from him.
Yeah.
However, he definitely could have won had McLaren not screwed up the pit stop. Boy, I feel like there's a lot of that. When will we not have a weekend where it's like they don't screw up the pit stop? Because I can't take
I saw that video too, and I was like, how do you manage? Like, it's just like McLaren bad luck or something. Like, they just can't do a pit stop that well. Every once in a while, it's just like, guys, let's all forget how to do one real quick. Keep everyone on their toes.
Yeah,
you know?
well, they messed up the rear right, and like the tire wasn't on when they dropped the car. And that's... you don't want to do that. So yeah, not the best. But, because of the extended pit stop, it dropped him out of the range to get Alex. And had they not messed up the pit stop, he would have been ahead of Alex with the time that he had lost. So, fun times. But our next IndyCar race will be at Long Beach. That will be Sunday, April 19th, so we won't have any IndyCar for the next couple of weeks here. And that will be at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Just a little thing about Long Beach is that it's a street course. It's almost 2 miles of track, and it has 11 turns. So we'll have to see how that goes. But with that being said, we're going to head over to NASCAR, where we had the Cookout 400 that was held in Martinsville, which is known to be a Hendrick track. It wasn't my Hendrick driver that won, but a Hendrick driver did win. But our Stage 1 winner was Denny Hamlin. Our Stage 2 winner was also Denny Hamlin. And then we got to lap 324 to bring out a caution because Bubba Wallace hit Carson Hocevar and then proceeded to wreck 12 other cars in addition to that.
They're going to say it's Hocevar's fault.
But it's not. And it was hilarious because they were interviewing Bubba as the race was happening. And he was like, well, I just didn't appreciate the way that he went into this one turn. But then I misjudged it. And I was like, okay, well, it's your fault. So thanks for that, Bubba Wallace. It was not great. And then 4 of those cars, including Bubba Wallace, were unable to continue the race because of that.
I bet.
Fun times. But Chase Elliott was the winner of the Cookout 400. This is his first one of the season. It's also the first one of the season for Hendrick Motorsports. He was able to capitalize on the restart from that caution that we were just talking about. Where Ross Chastain was the one who was on the lead lap, and he was the only one that decided to stay out under caution rather than pitting and grabbing a new set of tires. But Elliott was able to capitalize on that and he got ahead of Denny Hamlin for the last 60-some laps of the race and was able to hold on and win it. So, but Hamlin definitely had the fastest car, which was annoying. Even more annoying for me as a William Byron fan and watching the car fade away yet again. Another weekend where the car fades away after qualifying second. So, but you know what? It's not all bad because we actually led for some laps today. It wasn't a lot, but we did lead for some. So Chase Elliott first, Denny Hamlin second, Joey Logano with the last podium spot, Ty Gibbs fourth, William Byron fifth, so top 5 finish, Ryan Blaney 6th, Christopher Bell 7th, Austin Cindric 8th, Kyle Larson 9th, and Josh Berry in 10th. So our next race will be the Food City 500, and that will be at Bristol, which I know a lot of the drivers are looking forward to, and that will not be next weekend, but it will be the weekend after that, so April 12th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm just so depressed as a Byron fan, but that's okay. That seems like a common theme.
Getting depressed by our favorite teams lately? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have never felt more alive.
Don't I know it? But now we'll move into soccer. Julie, if you wanna do this.
I can. International window, guys. USMNT losing to Belgium 5-2. Again, guys, we talked about this in our live stream. You can see us both crash out. But moving on, we have Germany beats Switzerland 4-3. England tie Uruguay 1-1. The Netherlands beat Norway 2-1. France beats Colombia 3-1. Mexico tie Portugal 1-1. Canada tie Iceland 2-2. Spain beat Serbia. Germany versus Ghana. Either they won, they lost. Here's a picture here. They haven't played yet. Later this week, Norway versus Switzerland, the Netherlands versus Ecuador, Austria versus South Korea, England versus Japan, Spain versus Egypt, USMNT versus Portugal, Brazil versus Croatia, Canada versus Tunisia. Awesome, close enough. Mexico versus Belgium. The next international break is at the end of May.
Bayern Ball is coming back. Oh boy. Can't wait for that.
Can't wait.
Gonna be smoking that Madrid pack next week.
As we should. Can't wait. A little stressed. Bayern just got it in the bag. Every other team I'm stressed about, I'm not so sure. But now here are radar points. I had the Suzuka Grand Prix. You guys will see that video when we put it out. Just keep a lookout for it. It will be our recap. We're going to have a lot to talk about, so don't miss it. And then M had the Netherlands versus Norway, Switzerland versus Germany, and USMNT versus Belgium. We know how that went. If you want to see our deep dive again, go watch our live because you missed it. It was great. But now to next week's. Honestly, usually all the things I suggest, there's not any of them. Whatever M suggests, go watch it.
Right, well, I have a couple. As we're talking about soccer, all of mine are soccer related. So we have USMNT versus Portugal for all you USMNT fans. Again, I will try and do a deep dive for you all. Try and do some tactical stuff when I'm noticing between the games. Hopefully I'll be able to get around to doing that, and that can go out before next weekend. We also have Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. This will be Saturday at 3 p.m. Again, the top of La Liga versus, I believe Atletico's either in 3rd or 4th. So another top of the table clash there in La Liga. And then we have Napoli versus AC Milan on Monday at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have to see how that goes. We know the form with Christian Pulisic and that he's in right now, and we've got to figure out a way to turn that around for him to get him hot in time for the World Cup. So yeah, we'll have to see about that.
But that's it. That's our radar points. I'm sorry I didn't have any to suggest. Honestly, I panicked and Em's got the best ones on there. So if you're into hockey, there's probably hockey happening Sunday. So go check it out. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on our post notifications. We are so close to getting to 1,000. I know I'm saying that and I'm probably not, but I'll take it. And to all the new people who have joined, thank you for subscribing. That means a lot to us. Welcome to our chaotic room. I hope you enjoy it. Let us know in the comments anything that you suggest we should watch or anything we should change, or don't ask us to change things. We like it how it is, but I hope you've been enjoying it. Let us know your thoughts on the races, the games, anything you're excited for, anything you suggest, again, we should watch, because what if we're missing something good? And then go check our other social media pages. We have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. There's more. If you don't want to miss it, keep a lookout for it. We do have a podcast on Spotify. So if you just want to listen to us ramble, you can, but you'd probably rather watch us ramble because it makes more sense. So I hope you guys like this video.